Sirens in my head, wrapped up in silence, all circuits are dead. Anyway, pod tires suck. Let's talk about it.
Hello guys, it is, at the time of recording, July 12th, 2018 at 8:04 p.m.
And by the time of uploading, we'll be late.
It'll be, okay, so today's Thursday.
It'll be July late.
Yeah, that's a good segue. Yeah, last episode was late by a day, which I still feel really bad about. But, yeah, Windows 10 can go die in a hole. I don't like it.
I never liked it. The forced fucking updates.
Yeah, like...
when you're trying to do other shit.
I had always stood by that Windows updates is not that big of a deal. Just set it to do it when your computer sees that you're not busy and you'll be fine. Well, it decided it was time to prove me wrong. I set the video to render right before I went to work. It takes like 2 hours for my computer to render one of these videos. Just with how freaking long they are. So I do that. I go to work. I was going to connect to TeamViewer at work to set it to upload on YouTube. Because with TeamViewer you can control your computer remotely. Well, I go to do that and I notice it's asking me to put in my PIN. I'm just like, my computer doesn't auto-lock.
Well, my fucking problem with the Windows 10 updates is that, you keep clicking later and later, because you don't want to install these fucking bullshits or superfluous fucking updates.
Well, no, like
but eventually, it just erases the option to tell it no.
No, okay, so it's not really like a pointless update. Like the one that installed for me, it was a security update, and
I don't give a fuck. What is it, more fucking spyware so I can keep watching me whack off?
That's not a thing, Spencer. That's never been a thing.
I don't care.
They don't. Windows isn't spyware in any sense of the word. I mean, I guess the fact that it does kind of keep track of your web browsing, but that's just to give you targeted ads. I mean, every website ever does that.
Some of those great ads so I can whack off, so it can watch me.
No.
Fucking.
Like.
But yeah, it doesn't even give you the option past a point.
Well, I do get that security updates are very important, but it would be nice if it could just, like, let you decide to install that. You should absolutely install them. Just let me do it when I'm able to do it. Because what happened was it was rendering in the middle of it rendering. I don't know when it stopped, but in the middle of rendering, it did an update and canceled my render. I put in my PIN because I never have to do that whenever I connect TeamViewer, and I'm like, oh, okay, why is none of my programs open that were open? I go to the video folder where I exported episode 2, and it's corrupted. I'm just like, cool. And then this next part's my fault, but I'm still blaming Windows for it because it shouldn't be a thing I have to worry about in my mind.
Windows for my popped tire.
We'll get to that. But I go open Vegas. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I'll just export it. I'll still have enough time to get uploaded Tuesday. I didn't save the project file after, like, it was still there, some of the work I'd done on it, but it was still, like, it wasn't done, anywhere near done. Like, even the intro hadn't been added yet, so I'm just like, okay, well, I can do a lot on my phone with TeamViewer, but editing a video is not one of them. So I had to wait till I got off work, come home, edit that, and then set up to load. So that's why I uploaded Wednesday.
And your life just so busy. It would have been a lot sooner if you didn't, drive an hour and a half to get some puss.
Yeah, my girlfriend lives an hour and a half away. Yeah. But this was before I went to see her, so that doesn't count.
Speaking of girlfriend's puss, the kids are okay.
No, they are, yes. But on that same day, I'm not done telling you my woes.
Trials and tribulations.
I went to go to my girlfriend's house, and then on the way back, after dealing with that thing with the video, I'm on my way back from her house, and a fire truck comes behind me. I'm just like, oh, wowee, I better get in the right lane. I get in the right lane, and
I left lane.
I hear this loud sound, and then my cart started going. I'm just like, no. So I knew I had a flat tire. I didn't know how bad it was. So I'm still having to drive on it just a little bit down the road, and I turn into the first area I can see get off the road because I didn't want I didn't want to deal with being stopped in the middle of the road. I get out. I look at my tire, and I'm like, oh, that's bad. I'll put a picture of it in the when I edit this. And I look around at where I'm at, and I am in the sketchiest hotel parking lot I have ever seen in my life. Like, you could rip that straight from Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, you're telling me about it. You were in the... Well, I think you were in the ghetto, actually.
Yeah, I was in Muskogee. Muskogee's not that great of a place.
Fucking... and the funny part is tires for both of our vehicles popped around the same time.
Yeah. Wasn't it like almost same day?
There was like a 2-day difference.
Yeah.
But we had a spare. He has to fucking pay for it.
Yeah, I gotta get a new... My rim, it's like bent in from where it popped, and then the tire... Like, there's no patching this tire. It is just done.
Though with us, I wasn't in the car. The tire popped when my mom was in it. Because I'm a lucky charm. On the wheel.
I mean, I would rather it popped there than like me being on an on-ramp and about to get on the highway and they go, oh, I'm fucked. But no, so...
Be the day that
last week we talked about these kids that were trapped in this cave. And the kids in the cave are okay.
Yeah, we should probably do the correction on the one kid.
Okay, so last week I was saying how my dad had heard that one of the kids had died. That is not the case. They are all fine. I don't know where he heard that, but that's...
The plot did not thicken.
No.
It stayed warm.
So... I think the moral of that story is to actually research stuff before you spout it on the internet. The more you know. Oh, no, that would be more of a, that's none of my business. Okay, so we wanted to...
God, that meme is old.
That's been around since we were kids, dude.
Anyway,
alright, so we wanted to actually, like, kind of tell the whole story of what happened.
Well, we should still summarize, you know.
Yeah, I have, like, three pages here.
Why did you do that? Just say in your own words.
Because I was trying to do it quickly, man. But, alright, so pretty much what happened is on June 23rd, 12 boys from a soccer team called the Wild Boars and their coach traveled into the Tham Luang Non Noon cave system.
Is that the name of that one biker film with, like, fucking...
Biker film? You mean 127 Hours?
No. Wild Boars or something with the fucking bikers.
Sons of Anarchy?
No, it's a comedy. It has John Travolta and the one guy from Home Improvement.
I have no idea.
Oh, that's Wild Hogs. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, the Wild Boars, like, these kids from the soccer team, ranging between 11 and 16, had gone into this cave in northern Thailand. Spencer, put your fucking phone on silent. We are at work, sir. Even though we don't get compensated for this work.
We don't even get viewed for this work.
But when they were in
Thanks, guys.
when they were in this cave, which they want to do, like, write their name on this thing as an initiation, monsoon season was in full effect. And heavy rains began to fall very quickly. And due to just how the cave system was laid out, their entrance where they came in got trapped, and then they just weren't able to get out. Most of them couldn't swim, and it wasn't good. They were in there for days. Now that they're out, they're saying that, like, they couldn't even tell if it was day or night. And they had no idea if help was coming.
You know, I could have prevented the need for help to come.
They hadn't gone there in the first place.
The fucking coach.
Yeah, it's one to say I can't actually find anything about this, which I know
we were discussing this, doing the favorite white guy pastime, which is
Talking
getting,
about stuff that we don't know anything about.
No. Going to get Oriental food.
Oh, well, I mean, the other one is too.
Talking about tea. What? No, wait, what are you talking about? We don't know. We've been talking about this for a few days.
I know that. Like,
it's fucking. What was I gonna say?
no, like, okay, so the coach, like, we were talking about this, like, it's monsoon season and everything. One question I have is the coach, like, not. Do they have weather forecasts?
I'm pretty. Yeah, didn't they know? Because
Like-
they live there and they know that it's prone to flooding.
Yeah, like,
He took them 2 miles in the network. Of it.
I get that was like an initiation thing, but at the same time, it's like, nah, maybe don't.
You could postpone that.
But yeah, they had no idea if rescue was coming for them. And then over the course of a few days, it began to grab international attention, but like no one knew where in the system these kids were or if they were even still alive. Military divers were sent to go look for them from the Royal Thai Navy SEALs. Other countries began getting involved as well, including like advisors from the U.S. military.
And Elon Musk.
That comes later.
Science is Willy Wonka.
Including advisors from like the U.S. military as well as Austrian federal police and members of the Australian Defence Force. Space Force. I had to. It was necessary.
Space Force.
The Royal Thai Navy SEALs worked with professional divers from...
I'm trying to think of a rhyme for that. Space Force.
What rhymes with force? You work on that and I'll finish telling the story.
Space Force. Fuck a horse. I don't know.
Time for Power Ranger Space Force. That doesn't work at all.
Yeah, don't worry.
I was thinking like...
Wait, wasn't there a Power Ranger Space Force?
There was Power Rangers in space.
Shit.
And then the other one that was a force was Power Rangers Time Force.
Shit. Yeah,
That's where I got the time for. But yeah, no, the Royal Thai Navy SEALs work with professional divers from other countries to scour the caves. They weren't exactly sure like what happened, like to make them get stuck in there, and they were using drones, dogs, and all these other ways to like try and find them. This was while they were still combating the monsoon rains that made this problem to begin with. Like there were these really rough currents, dark cave. There's nothing good about this. On July 2nd, 2 British caving divers were continuing to explore the caves as far as they could. Richard Stanton was a professional diver who retired from fighting fires a year before.
Wait, was that the one that died?
No, that came later. Now 57, he had... hold on.
You lost yourself.
Yeah, I did.
Can you not read?
But yeah, no, okay. So yeah, these 2 British divers, Richard Satin and John Valathan, they were working with Robert Harper of the British Cave Rescue Council and assisting the Royal Thai SEALs. These 2 were placing lines that would help other divers as they pushed forward into the cave. So they started to have an entrance. Volanthen ran out of line, so he moved upward to the surface as soon as he could. And once he moved up, that was when he found the team shuddering in the dark.
You okay? I think you're having a strizoke.
Strizoke
In the Brazilian.
Now, once they found the kids, that was when they knew how difficult it was going to be to even remotely try to get them out of there.
Oh no, work.
Look at the show notes, and Spencer added something great. Okay, so once they found these kids, they had to. They had a couple options. They could either teach the kids to dive and guide them out, drill into their location and extract them from above, pump out the water and walk or swim the boys out,
or talk about how William was hardcore gay porn.
Yeah, he put that in the show notes. And no, I don't. Screw you. Or they could just wait out the rainy season, which would have been months, and then walk or swim the boys out once the water levels receded. Drilling all the way down was kind of just immediately out of the question, because they would have to drill down to the depth of the length of 2 Empire State Buildings. So that wasn't an option.
Yeah, that is 2 miles.
Yeah.
I was right.
So drilling that
My
distance,
memory ain't complete shit.
drilling that distance on top of actually finding the area where the kids were it was almost impossible. Plus, then you have the risk of a cave-in. Now the problem with just waiting it out was that they were starting to run out of oxygen. It got really sad when Saman Kundan, age 38, he lost his life in the relief efforts. He died trying to.
That's the diver.
Yeah, he died trying to feed some munching oxygen tanks through the waters of the cave. Saman Kundan, I think that's how you pronounce it.
We should have probably added some pronunciations.
We should have.
For a story about Thai people.
We should have.
But
Kunan was a former Thai Navy SEAL who would come back to help out, and he was trying to bring them oxygen tanks, and he got caught up in the current, and it was sad. I mean, I know I'd like the way I said that, and it was sad. I sound like an asshole, but
and it was sad. Hats off, fellow seaman. No, that was an asshole thing I said.
Now, at this point, countries from all over the world were helping out to help however they could, including Laos, China, Burma, Finland, and Denmark, and even Elon Musk in America. Is Elon Musk in America?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, SpaceX is an American company.
Okay. I knew he was either American or UK.
No, he's American.
But Elon Musk and his crew of engineers were even trying to travel to Thailand and assist in whatever way they could necessary.
They couldn't accept.
But like he did have a couple of ideas, but there wasn't enough time from what I've gathered looking at that. And then, so pretty much what ended up happening, long story short, was they drained as much water as they could out of the cave.
With it was enough to where they can make a successful dive.
Yeah. And plus the weather ended up being just right for this. And they provided each boy and the coach with wetsuits. Even though at this point a lot of the kids were getting malnourished and fatigued, and some of the wetsuits they had wouldn't actually fit them, so they had to find smaller ones and then bring those up as well. Pretty much at this point, none of the kids could swim, and most of them had no diving experience whatsoever. Plus, they were low on oxygen, starving, weak, and under a massive amount of stress, with the youngest one being 11 years old. So the operation they did went with one diver leading, with the child in tow, and the child would wear a full face breathing mask tethered to the lead diver, who was
so they strapped them.
Yeah,
to the diver.
And the diver was carrying the oxygen for the kid, and then another diver would be behind them, and they would be holding onto these lines to where they could find their way out. Spencer. But yeah, no, it like even with the like not as much water in there, like there was still like there was a point where like you had to squeeze your body through this tiny area with an oxygen tank on top of you.
Through the crevices.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And then throughout all this, it was like a 0.6 miles to get them out.
With this, I'm thinking of, Surgery Freak, the Vampire Trials, where he had to go to that cave, like stalactites and shit. Say that underwater.
Yeah.
I don't know why I bring that up.
But no, on July 8th and 9th, the first group of the boys came out fine, and then the final batch, including the coach, were escorted on July 10th, so 2 days ago. And the final Michelin Man. The final mission to rescue.
You need Michelin.
Huh?
For your tire.
I do need a Michelin tire.
And so the Michelin Man came out and saved the boys.
No,
floaties.
The final mission, it took 9 hours to get the coach and the last couple of boys out.
Several diving teams, there's a billionaire, and the Michelin Man.
And the Michelin Man was truly the unsung hero. But no, it's been 8 days since they were all found, and they were trapped in there for a total of 17 days. And by the end of the whole ordeal, over 1,000 people were involved in the efforts to bring these kids home.
Fuck, that was a long story.
We are 20 minutes in now, man.
We could plan that one better the next time.
No, I did want to get like all the details though, like, cause that's one of the stories that was like really interesting to me.
All the juicy bits.
All the juicy, you gotta get all the deets. So Spencer,
Tell me more meat on that story than the boys.
So tell me the deets about PayPal. What's PayPal been up to?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's what was her name? Oh yeah, Lindsay Dirtle. She was diagnosed with cancer about a year and a half ago from about 5 days ago, I believe. It was the anniversary. And what they did was practically there's this per se breach of contract in which under her name was signed under this account, which she owed the company about $3,200. Sorry, 3,200 pounds. They're Brits.
Okay.
Yes.
$3,200 or pounds.
Pounds. Well, there's a difference in the transfer rate. Young culture.
Is that more or less than dollars?
I think it's more. I don't know. I'm going based off video games with this because they pay £50 for a new game. We pay $60.
I'm curious.
The transfer rate for
keep talking.
Pounds. Anyway.
It would be $4,219 US dollars.
Oh yeah, so it is more.
Yeah.
That's. God damn.
Alright, so basically I'm going to assume just a credit card type of thing.
Yeah. And anyway, considered irredeemable and let's see, there's a breach of contract, something that couldn't be remedied. What they didn't know is that 3 weeks prior to this particular letter that was sent, that what was sent to them by her husband was her certificate of death when she died of breast cancer that spread to her lungs.
Well, yeah, they sent this letter. It's like, Spencer,
No,
vibrate
my food.
They sent her a letter that said, you are in breach of contract 15.4C of your agreement with PayPal Credit, as we have received notice that you are deceased. This breach is not capable of remedy.
Now, their explanation to why this was sent,
okay,
when they looked into it, after the husband obviously had a few words to say to them.
Now, okay. Now, they had just been them come to collect money. They did not realize she was dead. That would be one thing. That would be understandable. That's an honest mistake. But when they point out, we have received notice that you are deceased, and this breach is not capable of remedy. That's even if the husband is responsible for the money after that point. That's still like, give them some time. She just died. It's only $3,200.
Because of it, at first they were threatening to press legal action against it until, of course, news got out of this and then complaints from the husband. Yeah. And they said the potential was either human error, a bug, or...
a bug?
Yes, a bug. From their automated...
I guess a lot of these probably would be automated, but it's still like one of those, it was not a bug. You mentioned she was dead.
They were so corporate with their response. Oops.
It was insensitive.
Yeah, PayPal said that the letter in question was insensitive, and that they are unsure of who or where the letter was sent. Sent from.
Okay. But, don't do that. Okay, and then you have you had one more story.
Yeah, it's the Canadian Colas. They banned fun. Is families of this Vancouver Island resident. It's cul-de-sac in these estates called the Artisan Gardens. they're rather vexed. The Canadian neighborhood just passed a bylaw banning all outside play from the street, including chalk drawing, skateboarding, and hockey. Any use of roadway, this is from the bylaw itself, any use of roadway for any other purpose than access to and from strata lots and where permitted for parking is prohibited, without limiting the generality.
All right, here.
Yeah, I'm having trouble reading. All
right, here. Any use of the roadway for any purpose other than access to and from strata lots and where permitted for parking is prohibited, without limiting the generality of the foregoing. A roadway may not be used for play, including hockey, baseball, basketball, skateboarding, chalk artistry, bicycling, or other sports and recreational activities. So basically, it's a really roundabout way of saying don't play in the street.
However, this is a cul-de-sac. It's not a busy street, and it's a dead-end area.
Here's my question. Do they have sidewalk? Do they, have a sidewalk? Because some of that I can see just being like, yeah, just do it on the sidewalk.
But this is a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
It's a straight line with a little bubble.
And I can
the 4 houses that live in the cul-de-sac, none of them are in agreement with it. Their 11 children commonly play on it. Very recent.
This is just stupid. I could kind of see it if it was a busy area and people were just trying to go work and stuff, and kids kept getting in the way. Maybe even if one of them got hurt, then that would make sense.
But this is neighborhood cul-de-sac rule, where there is no one hurt. And it was never a complaint before because they're the only 4 families.
See, I have a theory though. Just now, I don't live in Canada. I don't know how your stuff works, but I have a theory that okay. So I gotta give some context to this story. There's a road I used to live on in Inola, a very small town, where there wasn't actually a posted speed limit sign. So the speed limit is the speed limit that the road that you're going down leads off of, which was 45. Now I'm pulling out my driveway and this car comes flying by and I got my bumper ripped off. Just clean ripped off. I'd had this car for 2 weeks at this point. And I got a $220 ticket for failing to yield out of a private drive. And they still didn't do anything about the speed limit sign because the way it was I was at the bottom of a hill, car was at top. By the time I could see a car coming, it was like, brace for impact! And nothing was ever done about this. So even though it is a different country, I'm just thinking I wonder if one of them did complain and there's just I am so outraged.
Oh, totally wasn't me.
That's the only way I could see them just going doing this because that is
take
oddly
responsibility for their actual complaint.
That's oddly. Okay, why though? Someone had to have actually said something. Now,
parents are homos. Sometimes. Kyle's mom's a bitch. She's a big fat bitch. She's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world.
I just find it hard to believe that they just waltzed up on this street and just went, not gonna do this anymore.
At all.
Alright, so this is actually our shortest episode ever.
Yeah, let's add some shit. Oh, earlier today, I finally did the first adult thing in a while, which was opening a savings account. Scratch that, it's not adult at all. It's for Universal Studios.
I have $20 in my savings, buddy.
Hey, look, I'm already ahead of you.
Yeah, I know ideally you're supposed to have more in your savings than you do your checking. That is not a thing.
What? That's weak.
I have $200 in my checking and $20 in my savings.
That's some weak shit, dude.
I'm working on it. I don't know if you remembered, but not 20 minutes ago, I just told you I popped a tire, and I got to buy a new rim and a new tire. That costs money, sir.
I mean, if you had a spare tire...
The spare tire would have cost money.
Like an adult earlier.
Okay, so...
And now you gotta pay for a wheel bearing.
Oh no, I needed like the wheel bearing didn't go out because of the tire popping. I needed a wheel bearing to begin with. It's just one of those, since I'm replacing the tire anyway.
I need it. What are you saying?
Since I'm replacing the tire anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and get the wheel bearing fixed too, because general maintenance. I'd rather like fix it while it's going out than wait for it to go out and be like, oh hey, again, I can't use my car.
But let's talk about the trip in question, because this is your idea, and it was,
Okay, so
it was a good idea. You had a good idea, Willis.
for my 21st birthday, we're going to Universal Studios, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Because what he wants to do is he wants to have his first legal drink in the Leaky Cauldron.
Yeah, I'm almost certain that they sell alcoholic beverages of some, even if it's just a beer, because they have like the Leaky Cauldron. It's like this restaurant type thing.
They should have like alcoholic beer or something.
I would imagine they do, but dude, I don't give a shit. Even if they bring me a Budweiser, I will drink that in the Leaky Cauldron, because I know Leaky Cauldron, they're supposed to be like this restaurant. So
yeah, it is a restaurant actually.
Yeah. So
yeah, his birthday wishes are the two things: to have it in the Leaky Cauldron, and that he shares a drink with me.
Yeah, because
I fucking hate alcohol.
He does.
It tastes like swill.
We both never ever have tried anything before, but
Legal drink.
like
I'll turn 21 before him, but like it'll be like till I'm damn near 22 before I.
All right, so moving on to recommendations. Spencer, what is your first recommendation?
Okay. My recommendation is Resident Evil 4.
This week's
I don't know if you've ever played Resident Evil 4 or not. It's a really obscure game. Not many people know about it.
All right, so yeah, guys, this week was weird. Neither one of us really had time to sit down and do much of anything.
Well, in my defense, I never think about the recommendations before they come.
He doesn't, but no, this week's been busy. Like, the only thing I've actually watched this week was Westworld Season 2, which I recommended Westworld last week after finishing Season 1, so yeah, but Resident Evil 4, our rules for a recommendation is that it has to be something either streaming for a TV show or movie, or it has to, and on video games, it has to be something you can get on current gen consoles or on Steam. And
Resident 4, you can get on anything.
Much to my shock, horror, and amazement, there was a PS4 version of Resident Evil 4.
Oh yeah, there's an Xbox One version. There's probably going to be a Switch version maybe soon.
I would kind of be surprised, but
I wouldn't.
No, I mean, I'd be surprised if there wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, like, in all honesty, Resident Evil 4 is probably my favorite Resident Evil game. It's good.
It's that and
the pacing
in the Resident Evil remake, RE1 remake. Almost no other game tops atmosphere like that game does.
Like 4 or remake?
Remake.
Oh, okay.
It's hard.
Yeah, but like no, the pacing in 4 is just perfect. The game's not too long,
not too short, not too difficult, but not too easy.
Right. So if you have not played Resident Evil 4 in the 10 years it's been out.
10 years? No.
14. How old is
2005? I think.
Hold on.
2004, 2005.
Let's see.
Ah, shit. Now I remember a game I should have said.
You can use it next week.
Boo. And you?
Ah, shut up.
Faggot?
Yeah, 2005. You were right.
I was right. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was 13 years. Wait. 13 years, yeah, but January's past.
13 years. So if it's somehow in 13 years you haven't played Resident Evil 4, go play it. Go
check it out. Get in your time machine and hop back in the January 11th so you can pay full price for a game that you really shouldn't be.
Okay, so my game recommendation is one that I bought during the Steam Summer Sale, and it is magical, and I love it. Neo. I don't like Dark Souls. I really don't. There's just a lot about it that does not work with me.
Oh, there's a lot about it that don't work regardless. My problem with it is the faggots act like it's a perfect game, you know? These fairy boys that they go like, oh, hardcore. Never even touched a NES controller, by the way.
Like, Dark Souls isn't hard, it's annoying. But,
yeah, that's it, It has neat design, cool boss fights, that's about it.
Now, I will say with Neo, it take the 3D Ninja Gaiden, the first one, Ninja Gaiden Black, and mix that in with Dark Souls. It still has the same structure as Dark Souls, but the levels are quite a bit smaller, and the difficulty isn't as retarded.
I actually prefer Ninja Gaiden Black to Dark Souls.
Like, yeah.
And that's hard, but it's shorter,
But yeah, no, Neo is like the best of both worlds, but better than both, in my mind. It's great. Alright, so now moving on to movie recommendations. Spencer, what is your movie recommendation?
Yes, my movie recommendation is Starship Troopers, because William keeps changing the editing. So Starship Troopers is a movie based on the book Starship Troopers that is nothing at all like Starship Troopers. And in Starship Troopers...
What do you mean it's nothing like Starship Troopers, nothing like Starship Troopers?
Read it.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, the movie is based on these 3 rich white people with Hispanic last names. And this is a world that's unified under citizens and civilians. There's a difference between the two, as one has served in the Space Force military, Starship Troopers military. This served under the Space Force, and then those that have not. And what happens is the protagonist, he joins up instead of goes to college, even though he is under a wealthy family, because he feels that he needs the purpose and the honor of joining the force.
I feel like we could sum this up a lot better by just saying it's a movie where they kill giant space bugs.
I mean, yeah, if you want to get so over simplistic with it. I'm trying to show the art behind it.
It's a fun action movie where you see people kill giant space bugs.
It's a deep film about war propaganda. Anyway, they go to this planet and kill a bunch of giant bugs, and there's boobs. Go watch it.
Okay. So my recommendation is Ready Player One. A movie that was a lot better than it had any right to be.
Go watch it.
Okay, basically, in Ready Player One, somehow this company managed to get the intellectual properties to all this other stuff and managed to put them into one game, which that alone is enough to be like, nope, this would never happen. Even the technology isn't even the issue.
You read the book, so you can do this as a book recommendation too.
Yeah, no, the book is better than the movie, but the movie's also really fun. It's Steven Spielberg having fun. It's great. But, they're on the hunt for these 3 keys, which you find through Easter eggs. And then whoever gets all 3 of the keys gets control of the Oasis, which is the only thing that people in this world care about.
Yeah.
Which, okay. I could see that being a thing. And then you had this evil corporation. You had this evil corporation trying to also win it, called Sixers, and they're horrible people. And you go die in a fire, and yeah, just watch it. It's great.
Well, what else happens in it?
I don't want to give away spoilers, dude.
What spoilers?
There's actually, if I really talk too much about the Sixers.
Well, we could talk about the characters themselves, what they're like, what they do. Our protagonist it stars a protagonist who's like any other protagonist in this protagonistic role.
The characters are not that deep. They're pretty one-dimensional in all honesty.
There's a girl who is a supermodel, but she's self-conscious over a Zuko scar.
Yeah.
Which just makes it harder.
But yeah, no, the characters aren't really all that great.
And a black man. I mean... No, that'd be a spoiler. Yeah, a black man. How you gonna show off my shit?
They actually spoiled that in the advertising.
They do?
Yeah, they had this
who's a black woman? The black man's a black woman.
They had this ad running on Facebook where it would show their where it would show their avatars in the world and then their actual faces.
Yeah.
And with the title like Free the Oasis, I'm just like, you just kind of ruined a thing in the movie. But,
God's word.
oh
yeah, and the Asians.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know anything about them other than they're Asian.
Even in the book, it doesn't really have all that much detail.
Other than they're Asian.
But no, it's just it's a fun action movie more than anything. Like it's not, think like the level you get from like early MCU in terms of character detail. But it's fun. It's fun.
No.
But that's gonna do it for this week. We will see you guys next Tuesday.
Cocksucker, you get around me for that.
I can't easily silence this with just a flick of a switch. But no.
You could.
We'll see you guys next week. You all have a good one, and subscribe if you want to see two idiots talk in front of a camera.
And my recommendation was better.
Yeah.